Hello, welcome to Scapegoat Susie. I'm Susie, and I was raised by a narcissistic parent. My channel is mainly going to be talking about narcissism, abuse, health, and spirituality. I'm not a doctor, psychologist, or health professional. All my thoughts and advice are my own, from my own experiences, and do not constitute professional advice. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch my channel. I wish I could be here in person, face to face, but alas, I am still in contact with the narcissist in my family, and this way is best. I still believe and hope that I can help by sharing my experiences with you. Today I'm going to be talking about narcissism and how to spot a narcissist. Out of survival, I have used this system as a way to spot narcissists and keep myself safe. It is quite difficult to spot a narcissist when you first meet them, and certain situations make it more difficult for them to be seen. In this video, I will be mainly talking about the system I use for when I first meet people. This is an important one, because the sooner we spot a narcissist, the less damage they can do in our lives. I use a system of red flags. Because narcissists tend to conceal themselves, and don't reveal themselves often until it's too late, and the damage has already been done. Because of this, we have to view everyone we encounter as potential narcissists. Also, because we all have some narcissistic traits, you cannot really identify someone as a narcissist by recognizing just one or two behaviors. So, I use a system of red flags whenever I meet anyone new. A red flag goes up in my mind anytime I notice certain behaviors, and the more flags I have, the more likely the person is to be a narcissist. Bear in mind, narcissists are very clever, and putting this information in the public, although helpful, can be a double-edged sword. If a narcissist knows the red flag system, they may just try to avoid triggering it. Some of the behaviors that I label as a red flag may be slightly shocking to you. That's because many of the behaviors are considered nice and generous, and would be displayed by kind, generous people. But remember guys, these are red flags, they are not an indication of narcissism unless there are many of them. So don't feel that you cannot be kind or generous to anyone because of this system, and don't abuse the system to hurt kind people. If you have been abused by a narcissist, you may find that you do some of these behaviors. But don't worry, it just means that you don't have good boundaries with people. Often narcissists destroy boundaries, and we need to build them back up. Take this as a sign that you need to work on your boundaries, making them strong again. I also find the red flag system works better when you are in a group situation, rather than a one-to-one. I believe it's much easier to spot a narcissist when you can observe them from more of a distance than when you are alone with them. Often narcissists behave very differently when alone. When they are gaining your trust, they can be exceptionally nice people, and when they are abusing you, the worst behaviors tend to happen when you are alone with them. Unfortunately, by the time they have moved to abusing you, much of the damage has been done and we need to spot them when they are being nice. My red flag system is not based on traits. Instead, it's based on specific behaviors that I've noticed are common to narcissists. This system is changed and updated as I learn more, and I suggest that you do the same, developing your own system that they cannot avoid triggering. You also don't have to wait for red flags to appear, you can set traps, and I will talk about that in a moment. Red flag number 1. They make friends with you straight away. A narcissist is often the first person to come up to you and make friends with you straight away. This is because, if you're the new person in an environment, they need to suss you out first, before anyone else. Remember, normal friendships start out slowly and gradually, usually with small talk, and trust gradually develops before more is shared. Red flag number 2. They share personal details almost immediately. Narcissists need to gain your trust as soon as they can. The trick to doing this is to give you personal information to make you think that they trust you, and in turn you might give them personal information that they can gather about you and later use. What type of personal information would they share? Details that you would normally keep private in a first meeting. Relationship status, weaknesses, vulnerabilities, health issues, hygiene issues, sexual health, anything that you feel is slightly inappropriate and doesn't need to be said. Red flag number 3. They will mirror you. Narcissists will adopt the same body language as you and often portray themselves as having the same interests, hobbies, and even sense of humor as you. Couple this with flags number 1 and 2 and you have a recipe for feeling very comfortable and at home with this person almost immediately. This is a big red flag for me. Because I was raised by a narcissist, I unfortunately feel completely at home with a narcissist. This is one of the ways I can tell to keep my distance. Other people may feel awkward or creeped out by such immediate close attention, but however you feel, pay attention to that, because this is your signal that something is wrong, and make sure you raise that red flag. Red flag number 4. They need your undivided attention. This flag is more for a relationship that is further along than the first meeting, but I notice it a lot, so it's a good one to include. This is a very subtle one. You feel like you cannot tear yourself away when they are talking. You can't multitask or you feel awkward trying to multitask when they are talking to you. Often they will be in your face, with very strong eye contact, telling you some captivating story. In certain settings this behavior is appropriate, if you're at a night out or dinner party, but it's much less appropriate if you're at work with a colleague, or at home trying to get the kids ready. Notice near misses, that is, you've done something silly or dangerous, while they've been talking to you. If anything like this happens, it is a red flag. Narcissists don't care what you need to do, they compete for your attention just for the sake of it. They like to feel important. So if you miss that phone call, or you miss your bus, or if your child runs out in the road, they feel happy that your attention was on them. Red flag number 5. They will start to triangulate by talking or gossiping to you about another person. This can happen immediately, but sometimes it can take a few meetings. Triangulation is when they become a messenger between people. They separate people so they don't talk to each other. The narcissist communicates for everyone. This way they can pass on messages which are untrue and can control the flow of information, making it easy to manipulate people. In fact, the first time they gossip to you about someone is in itself a manipulation. Most emotionally healthy people will not want to get involved in gossip or disagreements with people, so they will be hesitant to talk to the person being gossiped about. This is exactly what the narcissist wants, so by trying to be polite and not getting involved, you play into their hands and start the triangulation process. Red flag number 6. They give you lots of gifts or do lots of nice things for you. Most people are just trying to get by and do not have time to shower you with gifts or help. If they do help you, it's because it's deserved, you've done something they've appreciated. However, narcissists give gifts and help out for no reason at all. This is one of those behaviors that people hesitate to view as a red flag. Because this behavior is so nice. Don't try to rationalize this one away, it is a red flag whether you like it or not. If the person is genuine, it will shine through eventually, but until then, presents, gifts, tasks that make your life easier, all are a big red flag. They are not really given for no reason, there are always strings attached. Red flag number 7. The strings are always attached to a favor they need. Remember, I said earlier that you can set traps for narcissists. Well, pretty soon they will ask you for help, and because they've done many nice things for you, you will feel like you cannot refuse. But you will refuse, politely of course. If they are angry about this, after they've only just met you, chances are, they are a narcissist. This one gets a red flag for the favors asked, and another one if they get upset about your refusal. Watch out here, though. They may not be openly angry, and may tell lies about you instead. This will then become 3 red flags, one for favors, one for anger and one for lies. This takes us to the end of this video. If you'd like to watch part 2 and hear about red flags number 8 to 15, please click on the card above now. Alternatively, you can click the link in the description. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe and hit that bell. And if you think this video will be beneficial to others, please share. See you again soon.